It must be.
Christopher. Welcome back to CBS This Morning. I'm Mark McKeown.
And I'm Jane Robelo. It is Wednesday, and that means that our money editors, Ken and DeNarie Dolan, are going to be joining us. So if you're one of those people that works at home or you want to work at home, the Dolans are going to have some important tips to make sure that your home office makes you more money than it costs you.
And never underestimate the power of art. Take a look at these paintings. They helped a man go from homeless outcast to a respected artist and family man. There he is. You meet the remarkable Recon Don coming up. This is a great story.
First, though, let's take a look at this morning's news. In Pearl, Mississippi, 6 teenagers for the hour, little paint, a lot of talent, and a whole new life for a man who used to call a car his home. You're going to meet Recon Don when CBS This Morning continues.
Billy Medved has never missed a summer vacation at his cousin's. With roadside assistance from Liberty Mutual, he always...
For years, everyone in Woodstock, New York knew exactly who Don DeNarie was. He was Recon Don, a homeless guy who hung around the village green, bumming cigarettes and panhandling. As it turns out, there was more to Don DeNarie than anyone suspected.
I was living in my pickup truck. Before that, I was living in my Ram Charger. Before that, I was living in my station wagon.
Don DeNarie has lived on the streets of Woodstock off and on for 25 years.
You know, it's good points and bad points. There was nowhere to go to the bathroom. That was the bad point. Getting hassled by the cops or something, that was another bad point.
Everyone in town knew him as Recon Don, the homeless guy panhandling for coffee money. Then, primitive but striking nudes started showing up in people's living rooms with the signature DeNarie. Turned out, Recon Don could paint.
His figures are beautiful. His nudes are very innocent. There's one painting that I can recall right now that evokes memory of the Mona Lisa. But it's the nude Mona Lisa. It's Don's Mona Lisa.
A few years ago, Don's work actually began to sell. Then the New York Times singled out his work in an art show review. And Don was on his way. The day his first one-man show opened in New York, Don gave me a tour of his paintings that became a tour of his life.
No, this was painted totally in the nude, and they wouldn't hang it, so I took it back and quickly painted these suits on them. It took about 4 hours. I'm all whip. Because I was broke, you know.
What's it like seeing your stuff on a wall? You're at a gallery, Don.
I'm trying to, keep my heart beating evenly right now. It's like pumping.
Tell me the story behind this one.
This is Waiting for Daddy.
Waiting for Daddy.
But Daddy wasn't coming because Mom kicked him out, and that was my 5th wife.
5 wives, 9 children he never supported after he moved on. And yet time and time again, it's women that make his work live.
There's an innocence, there's not a lewdness when he does these pictures. He loves women, and he reflects it on every canvas he does.
Don didn't start out in life homeless. He was once an adored tow-headed baby. Then his parents divorced, and his troubles began. He ran away from home at 14 and joined the Army at 17.
I got out of the Army, it wasn't so good. I was addicted to heroin, and I hit Manhattan, and I couldn't get a good job because I had a bad conduct discharge for drugs.
Things pretty much slid downhill from there, one way and another, until he ended up in the car.
This is the one shot in his life. Very few of us in our lives get a shot like he has now.
You work so wonderful. I love it.
Really?
I love it.
So there was Don DeNarie, Recon Don, guest of honor at his own one-man show. By the end of the night, 13 of 26 paintings had sold for up to $5,000 apiece.
Paintings that would go for $20, $30, or $40 are now going for $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000.
How's life changed for you since people have discovered your art?
Well, I'm off the street, and I got HBO. Use a little turpentine.
His youngest son, Duke, now lives with him in his tiny Woodstock apartment. But of all the people in Don's life, it's probably his oldest son, Michael, who's proudest of him.
I couldn't believe my eyes. I was so proud of him. And after a while, I politely walked up and I said, "Excuse me, that's my dad. That's my dad right there."
At the end of the day, it's not fame or fortune Don longs for, but the chance to make a few things right in his life.
This is worth more than money. You know, to have my kids look at me like I'm not really a bad guy. That I can do something. My dad's Don DeNarie, the painter.
That's the story of Recon Don.
I love his honesty. HBO. Is he financially independent now that we're hearing $2,000, $3,000 a week?
Well, not really, because some of the paintings he sold when they were $20 or $30, they're the ones that were sold for $2,000, $3,000, and $4,000. He made about $30,000 off of that show that you saw, but a lot of it has to go back to his manager, because his manager was fronting him, giving him the money up front, taking him off the street, paying his utilities and his HBO.
Pretty good price to pay. I have to know, though. Recon Don, where's that come from?
There is a little sort of discussion about where that came from. Recon Don, some people say it's because of the fatigues he used to wear. Other people because he was in the dump site of Woodstock, and what they didn't know was that he was in there pulling out old canvas and old paints, which got him on the road to becoming Recon Don, the painter. I like this guy. I like his paintings, and his son saying, "Look at my dad."
Recon Don, the dad.
That's it.
Nice story. Tomorrow, wouldn't you like to have some of his work, too? Might have to call his manager. Tomorrow.